Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. There are a number of standouts tonight, but could you just talk about what Jason Tatum gave to you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was really good, really consistent, made some tough shots, but also got to the rim and made some plays for us, got to the line, which we needed with his drive. So I thought he had a good game.
Brad, over here on your right. Paul Flannery, SB Nation. Embiid's obviously a load down low, and you left Baines, alone on him a lot of the time. I mean, are you comfortable giving up twos, especially when he's cruising like that, as opposed to threes? Is that something?
When we're up 12.
When you're up 12.
I mean, I think that you just have to. You're going to have to balance that as the series goes on. I mean, he could get 31 in isolation or whatever, but if you're doubling him and everything else, are you giving up 33 because you're leaving shooters? I mean, it's just it's a fine line. It's a balancing act. It's what makes it really hard to play these guys because they're so talented and they find the hot guy.
Brad Robb, Boston Sports Journal. Brad, Al's shooting, I think, close to 80% from the field these last two games. Have you seen him in this kind of a zone before? What's been just the key for him, just finding his spots out there?
He works hard every day, comes in, and he's put a lot of time in on his shooting. And I think I've even seen it. I feel like he's really locked in. He's done a good job of knowing when to roll and post and play kind of an interior spot, and then knowing when to pop in space and those type of things. And I said this at the beginning of the year. He's gone from a very good mid-range shooter in the league to a good three-point shooter to a very good three-point shooter. Now he's just an excellent shooter. Like he can really shoot the ball. If you go sit under the rim while he's shooting in a practice, it's like the last two games. I mean, it's just over and over it goes in. He works hard at it, deserves to make it, and obviously we love it when he shoots it.
Coach, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. What did you see out of your perimeter defenders tonight in terms of what they did before the ball got in any of those players' hands, in terms of J.J. Redick, Marco Bellinelli?
It's hard to guard those guys. They run off with great speed. They run off with great intensity. They can hit shots moving the opposite direction of the goal. They're incredible. And our guys just have to guard them as hard as they can. And that's not an easy task.
Brian Seltzer, SIXERS.com. Did you see your team feeding anything off of maybe a rhythm that it found in Game 7, even with the quick turnaround? Where did you maybe fall on the whole idea of rest versus rhythm?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think we started off the game as crisp as we ended it. But, yeah, it could certainly be a reason for, whether they were a little bit rusty in Game 1 or whether we had the rhythm from Game 7. I guess if we come out here and lay an egg, then it would have been, we played the other night. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that stuff. We just had a game, so we played.
Brad, Gary Walsh from Boston Globe. Can you assess the overall defensive performance? Is that one of the better performances you've seen from your guys over the last,
No. I didn't think it was as good as any of the last 3 Milwaukee games. But there were parts about it that were good, but we have to clean up quite a bit. They exposed us in a lot of areas, and they credit them for that. They run great stuff, and it's hard to guard all those guys and all those actions.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. They were starting to double Horford when he would get the mismatch in the post, and you guys seemed to kind of figure out ways to take advantage of that. Do you feel like as the game went on, the offense and the staff started to get more comfortable on how to counter all the little adjustments that they were making throughout the game?
They've been doubling from the baseline for, on any, switch for a while now, and so you just got to be prepared to handle it. They're great at turning people over in their doubles. The thing that probably gets talked about less, and we need to do a better job of communicating it. You saw it early in the game, was how active they are with their hands. They get their hands on a lot of balls. They're all multiple effort players. They all stay in a play, and they're a good defensive team. But they're going to double when they switch, and just have to be able to react to that.
Coach Bob Schramm, the Citizen. Two questions. Bill talked about Jason and Gary about Al. Talk about Terry, what game he played. And then also Jalen was out, so you don't play till Thursday. There were a couple of lulls. Were you at all tempted to extend minutes because you had a couple, you don't play again until Thursday?
Again, playing it kind of by what the, if you can, we were fortunate. First of all, Terry played great on both ends, played really hard defensively, played very confidently, very tough, very smart offensively. He's been playing that way. We were fortunate to have 4 timeouts going into the fourth. No, more than that. No, 4 timeouts going into the fourth, and we had an extra 2 at the end of the third. So with, a little bit, when we were choppy a little bit, we could always call a timeout if we needed to, and it never got under 9 or 8. And so, that was why we kind of stayed the course there and just kind of found our rhythm again. But certainly when Jalen's out, you're taking one of our scorers off the floor.
Final question, Coach. Back left.
Brad, Jacob Toby, CLNS Media. Is there a certain conversation you have with Semi, going from starting Game 7 to coming off the bench here in Game 1, and how do you think he played tonight defensively?
I didn't talk to him at all. We got together with the team on Sunday, and I said we're playing big, we're starting Baines in front of the team, and I never even thought twice about talking to Shemi individually because he's not wired like that. He just wants to help the team win. He's got a special character to him. Same thing with Baines, and that's why you can flip those guys back and forth. Thanks.